I just think she's finding it hard to understand why someone like me would vote for someone like him, right?
Yes.
It's hard, it's weird. I don't know how to explain it. Don't look at me with your killing eyes.
My name is Kelsey and I voted for Hillary Clinton. Today I came here with Dean, and Dean is my neighbor.
I was in the United States Army. I served for 5 years and I voted for Donald Trump.
My name's Vanessa and I voted for Hillary. I'm here today with my boyfriend, Jose.
I voted for Donald Trump.
So we're here to talk about Hillary and Donald.
Oh, Donald.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Yeah, he's your guy.
He's a guy, he's a guy. The decision to vote for Trump was probably the most difficult voting decision I've ever made in my entire life. I don't like Trump as a human being. I didn't make my actual decision on who to vote for really until the day of. I didn't sleep that night.
What made you vote for Trump after we were, oh yay for Hillary? I felt really great going into that day voting for Hillary. We needed the change, there needed to be some women power there. When I found out my boyfriend had voted for Trump, I was extremely pissed.
I told you the whole shebang about what I know about him, and
all you read was, or you watched a documentary.
No, she thinks I only watched the documentary. I knew so much more before the documentary. I decided to vote for Donald Trump because he has a new, fresh eye into politics. He actually cares for this country because he's like a super American. He's like more proud of America than he is of anything in the world. Vanessa and I kind of talked about it, but I kind of lied.
He didn't tell me at all who he voted for at the booth.
I was trying to avoid argument.
I had to find out when he was a little bit tipsy when we were with our friends that he actually voted for Trump. I was so hurt.
I get that you voted for Trump. You cared about his economic plans. And the hard thing for me of what I don't get, some of the stuff that he said when it came to like women or when it came to just like other groups of people.
I've never been a woman in America. I couldn't tell you not to be offended by the things that he said. Kelsey and I are similar in a lot of ways, but different in a lot of ways. She's from the Midwest. I'm actually from New York, but I lived in Texas for 7 years. I don't like his rhetoric. I don't like the things that he said about women. But you never agree with 100% of everything that your candidate believes.
I mean, there were policies that Bush or Romney or, McCain suggested that I wasn't necessarily on board with, but I didn't feel offended by them. That's what's different about this one.
I completely understand that.
What you don't understand is that he's a celebrity, so he's gonna
That's
say
why he shouldn't be on the poll.
Okay. Listen to me, listen. She's so confident in what she believes in. She's really on it.
All I know is Trump is not good.
You only think he's not good because of what he said.
They were talking about Hispanics and how he's so racist and everything, and we're Hispanic. He meant every word.
I don't think so. I know that he did make, some comments that were they weren't nice, but I'm very open-minded. I was laughing about it. I was like, this guy is so dumb. He's just a celebrity. He says certain things in order to create ratings and in order to create suspense.
My friends are getting harassed because of Trump.
I would never do that. I mean, I wouldn't talk to people the way he talks to people.
I don't like Hillary. The fact that she's done some of the things that she's done, the emails on her private server. I mean, let's not pretend like that's not a big deal.
I volunteered for her in Los Angeles. She seemed like somebody who is going to keep progressing us forward, especially in terms of social issues. I totally get where you're coming from because you have that military experience, and that's why I like to talk to you about stuff. And he says to John McCain, oh, I like people who don't get caught. I'm like, is this the man that the Republican Party believes is the best representative?
I mean, obviously I was frustrated too. The thing for me, it just went so farther beyond all the rhetoric that was coming out of both sides. And I just did my best to try to see past that and see what I thought the Republican America would look like over the next 4 to 8 years, as opposed to what the Democratic Hillary Clinton America would look like.
It is hard because even now, they even say he doesn't even know what he's doing on the chair. He didn't know what he was getting himself into, and he's just a mess. She knew everything. He knows nothing.
If you'd have given me almost any other woman who was qualified, I would have been much more open to having that discussion. I'm not saying that Hillary needs to be in prison. I'm not gonna run around with a Hillary for prison sticker on my truck. That I won't.
For me to talk to him from the perspective of, being a female might help him learn about issues with women's health and with women's rights that, maybe just aren't something he thinks about in his day-to-day life. I do think for a lot of people, myself included, I did not vote for Hillary Clinton because she was a woman, but it definitely seemed like she understood women's issues a lot more than Donald, even just on a policy level.
What you're saying is because women are, I guess, nervous that Trump is gonna roll back. Right.
So if you want to hear what I'm concerned about, in terms of women's issues, some different aspects that were covered by Obamacare potentially would be rolled back. And then as far as the Supreme Court justice picks, he admitted that he would be comfortable with electing people who were okay with overturning Roe v. Wade.
I'm a Republican, I identify with Republicans. I do tend to lean more toward like the middle. At the end of the day, I had to align myself with my party and have faith that they're not gonna let him do crazy things when he's in office. As far as the Supreme Court justices and Roe v. Wade, I can't, as a guy, like, I can't tell you not to be worried about that or how to feel. I don't even think I could possibly understand how you feel.
Yeah,
actually.
it's like, that's scary.
Yeah, that's one of those things, I mean, I can just kind of be a friend and be there for you.
She knows who I am, and she knows that ultimately, if I made a mistake or if something like bad is happening, I will do whatever I can to help the situation.
Glad that we get to get it off our chest. I do know Jose the way he's saying. It's just that little, one little percenter. You like question like, what the puck is going on over here?
If something crazy happened and you were put at risk, like I would be the first one standing there next to you to fight that same battle with you because quality matters, like human rights matter.
I never said that I didn't agree that, he's cocky, arrogant, but I said at least, since it's already happening, might as well just like go along with it. Kind of like when you go to the doctor and they tell you have like cancer and you have like 6 months to live. What are you gonna do? Like, the best thing to do is just like try to do the best you can.
If you're somebody who felt strongly about this political election and have people that you care about in your lives that you want to talk to about it, I think it's important to find out where they came from and research their perspective.
Voice your opinion for one.
We're already in this, and the best thing we can do is help each other, support each other. I don't really think it's worth the arguments and the fights, because at the end of the day, you're not gonna be able to change anything. Mm-hmm. The only thing you can change is your relationship.
It's tough to get perspective if you don't put yourself in that environment and have those conversations. You can't be afraid to have these conversations, because conversation is what sparks change. But I get to sit down, and so my eyes get open and I get a better perspective of things. It's what drives our nation forward. She baked a banging cake. I was about to go get some of this cake. It had Hillary's face all over it. She didn't let me have any of the cake.
Because I ate it all. It wasn't because I kept it from you.